Now if you see what data you have shared, I have already done the analysis for various this one.
Yes, yes.
Let me this one also.
In,
This also
index, I think somewhere in index sheet you said.
yeah, correct. Let me hide this also. Yes, this also I'll hide so we can see only. Okay. Right now, if you see here, I created an index. This index sheet is also a feature in ECAT.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
if you in ECAT, no, any file you got, if you have installed ECAT, you can go and create an index. So what is the index here? If you see index sheet, this is what will create the index sheet.
Okay.
It will create the index sheet for all the worksheets which are there. It will create. It will add the number also. It will add the number of rows, number of columns, and number of cells.
Okay.
You can also do the index of workbooks, which means I've got in one folder for all the workbooks I've got. It will create one index. This becomes good for auditing working papers.
Yeah, correct. Directly index will come. It is not like putting some index separately and all.
Yeah. So automatically it will create the index. Next time if you updated any files, you just go and recreate. Automatically it will get recreated.
Okay.
Okay. Now if you see here, now this is the file you gave me. The first thing I had to do was that actually to prepare the data in this one, no, like they say, actor prepares. So for data analytics also we need to prepare the data. So if you look at the data, what you had shared and what I've got here, I made some minor changes here. What I've done is I have to ensure the data is available in this structured format. Okay, there are two things I have to do for this. One is first is ensure that all the empty rows are removed. You had some totaling, subtotaling at the top. I've removed that. Second thing, this column header should not have any long names. I should not have special characters.
Okay.
So I've removed all that and made it simple. Okay, so it can be made simpler, but as of now, I'm going with the same thing.
Yeah.
Okay, now first thing, let me show in this itself. You wanted to know, one of the things you wanted to know is, can I identify the format? See here, if you see, in this case, I've done this particular, in this result only. So for the GST, and for one particular thing, I've done the identify format. Based on that identify format, I was able to know what is the format. It gives me the format. Okay, this is numeric, and after that, what is the total length?
Okay, got it.
Okay, now if you see, there are some cases where the format is not 16. So it means I know there is a problem in that particular data. I think you did this for, I think for maybe debit note or credit note. You want to check whether the format is correct.
Yeah.
Okay, so this
even there is a wrong number. Everything also will come here.
Correct.
By mistake they did also. Some people may say by mistake also they may put the wrong numbers.
Yeah, see, we got totally 23 which are wrong numbers here.
Yeah.
In the debit and credit note, no, I think there are 23 which have got wrong numbers.
Useful. This is useful.
So this can be used for anything, even GST number, anything you got where you have standard format, you can use this. Okay, let me remove the filter again. I'll come back here. Now this is the data which I prepared. Now if you see, first thing I want to show you is I'll just walk through what I've already done. So you wanted to show the Pareto principle.
Correct.
So based on the Pareto, now this gives the complete data. Okay, now I'll give you as per the Pareto. Okay, I summarized based on this one. Okay, GST and receiver. I did the Pareto principle based on the GST and receiver. Okay, and based on the total value. Okay, and then it tells me what is the percentage for each of them. Okay, and then it comes to totally, you will see here, out of all that, totally this comes to, this will be the 20, the top 20, which means 303 parties have contributed to 20% of the sale.
Yeah.
Okay, now if you come to the Pareto 80, in this case, I think there's not much. So I think about 15 parties have contributed to the balance 80%. These are
the important thing. This is important.
Yeah, so you see, there are only 14 parties who contribute 80% of the sales.
Yeah, if you verify this, it will be useful as an audit tool. Yeah, correct.
Yeah. Okay, then I've also done what is called a simple MIS for the day. Okay, so based on MIS day, which means for the sales data, what you've given me, I just used one function in ECAT called as MIS. Okay, in ECAT, we have got analysis. We have got a function called MIS. Okay, when I click on this MIS function, it will pick up the date and it will give me multiple types of analysis I can do. So here I did analysis based on the date. Now if you see here, if I say MIS, now I can do based on day of the year. I can also do based on day of the week, which means Sunday, Monday, like that. I can also categorize the data based on the month, like April, May, June. I can also categorize based on the quarter or the year or day of the month. Day of the month means first day of the month for all the year.
Yeah, got it.
Second day of the month, third day of the month, then week of the year. I can also do it for sum of days. For example, I want total for every 10 days. I want the total. I can create this one MIS based on each of these categories. Okay, here I have given you based on each of the days. Now, do you see something significant right in the beginning? Some error?
Yeah, there is a day is missing.
There are 13 cases where the date itself is missing.
Okay.
And also I find that these are negative figures. Okay, so which means you can pinpoint, go to the particular thing and find why that is happening.
Okay.
Okay, same thing I've done based on the week. See here also, see the same 13 are coming. And now I see, incidentally, there are 3 days, that is 3 transactions happened on a Sunday also. Okay, this also gives me an idea. It looks like Tuesday seems to be a good day for them for business. So they've done 164 transactions. Okay, then I have done also. Now let's say if you look at interstate, you also wanted to get an idea, no? What are the sales as per interstate and intrastate? Okay, this gives me the breakup. Okay, again, if I give, like, let's say another thing called a summarize. In this case, what I did is for each unique value of sales, I want to summarize and get the total numbers. Okay, for example, all the sales which have happened during the year, it identifies what is unique in that. For the distinct value, it tells me what is the count and what is the sum.
Just for my understanding, I'm asking for what it will be useful, sir, generally.
For example, I want to see somebody is trying to commit a fraud. There is a limit of 10,000 rupees or 50,000 rupees. Somebody is trying to pass transaction of 49,500, 48,000 like that.
Okay.
Okay, based on that, I'll be able to pick up all the transactions based on each unique value. It will give me the count and the sum. For example, here, if I see, if I just go and sort it. See here, 5,02,868 has happened 12 times. 2,41,574 has happened 12 times. This 96,67,500 has happened 5 times. Okay, this also gives me an idea about the pattern of sales which is happening.
Got it.
Okay, and these transactions happen only once. And I also know what is the number of transactions which are negative. Why negative has come, I'm not sure. You may be knowing this better.
Yeah. So we need to go to the transaction and see how it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So
it will give some indication.
Yeah, it will give at one glance. It will give the complete information. Okay. Same thing. I did quick summarize. So here, based on the rate, you wanted to know rate-wise classification, no?
Correct.
Based on the rate. Okay. For example, 28, 18, 5, and 0. 0 also there is one transaction. Okay. So based on that, I get the count. I got the percentage. What is the total taxable value? What is the percentage?
Useful for 990, it is useful. Rate wise.
Yeah. So similarly, I've got one more thing. This is another important thing. Now this summarize what I did was only for, let's say, character data, some numeric data. Okay, which means if the data is numeric, if you see here, this is numeric data, 28, 18. In that case, I'm doing grouping based on the numeric data. That is called a summarizer. Same grouping I can do for the character data. This is done using function called classify. Okay, for example, for all the this one character fields, I've got this particular one on document type you got.
Okay.
On document type, inside the document type, what are the number of documents which are available? So I find
advances and all invoices.
Everything I know the total count and I get the total sum, everything.
Okay, got it.
Okay, same thing, classify, same function I've used. Now this is based on what is that you can find out?
Regular registration numbers wise.
Based on, see here itself I've given, this is the field name. Nature of the transaction. Based on nature of transaction, I know regular how many transactions, unregistered how many transactions.
Okay.
Same thing if I come to another one. See, this is based on the document number. So what's happening on the document number? See here, I found 13 documents. You found that the number itself is not there. One document they've just given us number 1. Another case they're given 10, they're given 2. And all other cases I got document number. I can also know how many times the document is repeated. Again, if you see here, there are some documents called as 3, 4, 5 like that. So this also I'm not sure. So we can do further investigation, find out what the document types are.
Correct.
Okay. Now again, if I come back to this one, same thing. Now here, if you see, can you tell me what the classification based on here?
GST number of the receiver.
Yes, very good. Now here, if you see, based on each GSTN receiver, I have grouped it. So here also, if I just go here, so now if you see unregistered, there are totally 150 transactions. Okay, now for this party, I got 20 transactions. For this party, I got 10 transactions. Like that, I'm able to get the grouping for each type of a GSTN receiver. Again, here, if you see, this is based on the POS, that is point of supply or place of supply. Is it place of supply or point of supply?
Place of supply.
Place of supply means that is, if I'm based in Bangalore and I'm supplying to Hyderabad, what is the place of supply?
Hyderabad is the place of supply, then interstate it is, then IGST should come.
Okay, so which means wherever I've supplied, that is called as the place of supply, which means to where I've given.
It is general rule, sir. Actually, it is having some exceptions again.
Oh, I see. Okay.
See this section 11, 12, 13 and all in IGST, it is having different scenarios also, it is giving differently.
Okay,
for example, though I am in Telangana, example, I will tell one more example. So you are a builder and you are doing building in Karnataka.
Okay.
And I am situated in Telangana. I bought a building from you.
Okay.
So I am located in Telangana. You cannot give me IGST because by saying I am located in Telangana, because for immovable property, the location of the immovable property is the place of supply.
Oh, okay.
So like this, there are 13 to 14 specific categories. Other than that, everything will be recipient location.
Oh, okay. Okay, got it. Because I had a doubt for my software, because in my software, let's say I'm selling to all the companies, mostly we are doing through digital. In that case, we have sold, let's say, around 25 cities throughout India.
Yeah.
So if
For
I sold
your case, I think there is no specific category which covers your scenario. That is the reason it is a residual category. Then obviously it is the recipient location is the place of supply.
Okay, got it. That's what I just want. Okay, so here if you see, based on each place of supply, you're able to get the grouping.
Got it.
Okay. Again, now here, see just one simple function here again, interstate based on the supply type. So here again, based on the classification, based on what you got in table in GSTR.
Oh. How it will come table say?
Which one? No, you are in your data, you're given that classified table, you're given the data.
Okay.
See, what are fields are there, based on that I've just done the classify.
Okay, got it.
Okay,
In case if at all something is required, maybe from the client data itself, if we can fill those things and directly how this will go to 3B and 1 also can be done.
Correct. Correct. If you already got the data, based on that, I can see classify on reference number, invoice, debit, credit note you got. So this is what I got. For example, here, wherever you got this in this particular column, you got a column called reference, invoice, debit, credit note, credit note. In this case, for these 359, you don't have any data.
Correct.
In this case, you're given the reference, debit, credit note number you're given.
Yes.
Okay, the same way I think for other things also I've done classify on remarks.
Yeah, I've seen, sir. Most of the things I've seen. In one of this sheet is okay, sir. Even I've seen till the end. The other sheet also there, no, sir.
Yeah, I'll show that. There's two more things I want to show here. There's another function called column properties. So this one simple function where based on that I'll be able to know for each of the fields what you got now in the data what you shared. I'll be able to know whether it's a character or numeric.
Okay.
So first thing is I run this function to know what is numeric character. Then based on that I know. So it's a character, which means I can do classify. It's a numeric, which means I can do summarize. It's a date, means I can do MIS.
Got it.
Okay, similarly, I got something called character statistics. So this gives me what is the total number of rows, what is the number of null values. So similarly, I got statistics for data. Okay, here this also gives me summary. See number of null values you get. See, this is a simple function in ECAT. If you go to ECAT, there is something called statistics, column statistics. I go to the table and click on column statistics, it will give me all this information.
Okay.
So this also will tell me how many transactions there. Similarly, numeric statistics, it will give me what is the total number of records, negative records, all these things I'll be able to get at one glance. Okay, before preparing this, what I did was I did this analysis to just get an idea what is the type of data you got. Okay, now if you see, this is the column names you got, and I picked some 2-3 row of data and then I wrote the remarks. Now, in cases where in this column there is only payment of tax is there. Only service is there, which means only one column is there, so I can't do anything. So I just deleted the columns which are not required. Here, some case I had only this one description supply all blanks. So this type of data I don't require for analysis. I deleted that. Okay, so this is how I prepared the data and did the analysis for some specific. Now this is the original data what you had shared. So I removed all this and curated the columns. And this is the audit point which you wanted. So this is where I had written some comments also.
Comments, yeah.
Yeah.
This one of the Pareto may you said report is coming some error or something.
That's some minor error we have rectified in the new release. We have rectified. I'll show you that with the sample data.
Okay.
How it will come.
The other one where some two places you said not clear.
That's what I'll come to that one. See here what I want to show us. For example, here use classify. So this is all done. So this is said. Now we said extract of financial credit notes from credit note register. For example, credit note for GST is not provided. See from credit note you have seen I have grouped them based on that.
Correct.
Now when you say for GST is not provided, how do I find that? So it means another place I have to see for that credit notes. I want to see. I have to look at the total of the GST.
Correct.
Is that what you wanted?
No. What is that we want to see generally? This whenever credit note is there,
Okay.
people are having two types of practices. All
Okay.
assesses. Some people are ignoring the credit note or debit note in terms of GST point of view.
Okay.
Simply they are giving financial credit note or debit note.
Okay.
For example, there is a service provided, for example, for 1 lakh rupees.
Okay.
And later they realize there is a credit note of 10,000 rupees.
Okay.
There is a insufficient service or deficiency in service or something is there. So he wanted to finally settle for 10,000 is credit note and 90,000 is actually has to be paid.
Okay.
So initially 1 lakh rupees invoice will be there.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. And the next thing what should happen actually as per GST law. So this person, whoever initially gave the invoice, supplier has to give for 10,000 credit note.
Yeah.
And on the 10,000 also relevant GST value also has to be put.
Yeah. Correct. Okay.
And accordingly, he has to reduce from his GSTR 3B and GSTR 1 accordingly disclose in the returns.
Okay. Okay.
But people what will do most of the time, and why to reduce from my 3B and then from sales and all, what I will do, first invoice I paid everything na full na, later whatever only 10,000 only I will do credit note, not considering GST at all.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So that they will put in a accounting credit note in the financials. GST they will not consider. So now I want where most of some people will do this. That is the reason we want to identify whether this fellow, whoever is giving credit note, debit note, where we have seen in the beginning only some of the places where you have given the summary of credit note, debit note.
Yeah.
In one of the analysis.
Yeah.
So there, in that, whether that credit notes are affected with GST or not affected with GST.
Okay. That I think it's possible because in that summary I showed you, no, for the GST, for each type of GST, I already have the total.
Correct. If the data is having the credit note plus GST also accordingly for it, it will come.
Correct. So that is, I think that is clear now. Yeah.
That type.
Okay. Done.
Yeah.
Then I think here another thing we had this. Identify debit note, credit notes issued in next financial for the invoice issued in the current year. So this I think data required in that case. If I have done the sales this year and I'm issuing the credit note or debit note in the next year. So in that case, if that date of the invoice is there in that particular column, I can get it based on the date of the column.
Correct.
Data.
We need at that time we need 2 years data.
Yeah, correct.
Last year invoice data we may need. And this year credit note, if at all credit note is mentioning the invoice data. In the base data of the next year also, then it is possible.
Yeah, that's also possible. Okay, right. Then here, let's come to GSTN and POS. Mismatch to taxable value, IGST, CGST, SGST. What do you mean by this? So this I said GST and POS mismatch.
No, for example, in your initial sheets also you mentioned based on recipient GST number, based on the initial character of the whether which state it is 36, 33 like that. So now, for example, in one case for Karnataka, how much sir? 33.
Karnataka is 29.
29, correct.
Yeah.
Okay, 29. Yeah. For example, Telangana is 36. Example. So in case if at all that recipient number is 36 and we are in means, for example, both recipient
No,
and
no, I got
the
it.
supplier.
Okay.
If at all I am in Telangana as a supplier and the recipient also in Telangana 36, then obviously it should be having CGST, SGST only, not IGST.
Oh, okay.
Okay, in other case, where in your case you are 29.
Yeah.
I am in Telangana, supplier, recipient is in recipient, example, whatever, recipient is in Karnataka, it should be 29. If 29 number comes now, it should be 100% IGST only, not CGST, SGST.
So in this case, what we can do, as of now, we don't have the feature. We can also add that feature. But in the classifier, what I showed you, know, based on this one, based on the GSTN of the receiver, I'm getting.
No, it is possible, sir. From your case, two filters we can do. Because you have done already from number-wise filtering, you have done state-wise number-wise. In that only what we can do, again go to that CGST, SGST column. There you can put 0. If 0, all the cases, same number is there, 0. If at all same number is there, there is no 0, then it is wrong.
Correct.
With the filter, it can be done.
Correct. That's right. Now this is also clear, I think.
Directly it is not there, you are saying. If at all directly it should be there, there will be so many.
No, I'm thinking. I'm thinking I can also add it as a feature. We'll see in the next release. That's an idea which you've given me. I can see whether you can add that.
That place also, you said, no, sir. Initially, there are so many sections and all the things has to be considered if that is the case.
I'll see. Now this, I think Pareto, there's some error which now we have rectified that one. We are able to get that Pareto. Okay, and then this is done. Summary of sales, this is about done, can be done. Here, instances where auto calculate tax is not matching with tax amount manually entered. This I said maybe in our case also we got some complex function. Otherwise in Excel itself, I thought this can be done in Excel itself.
Maybe filters only possible.
So this also, no invert sheet, okay, this one. This also top X we can do. We can get how many number of transactions based on this. I have done
all these things possible, I think.
This I've already in another sheet I've shown you this. Identity duplicate also possible. Okay, this is one sheet I've shown. Any other clarifications you have on this?
No, sir. I think mostly it is useful only. I am thinking. So I will. Actually, I asked Mahadev also to join. He was in another meeting. Even I need to go to that meeting now, 1 o'clock. And I will speak to Mahadev one more time. So how many licenses and all? We are okay with this, sir. And obviously, once it is not like this demo, when we take the licenses and all, I think at the time of working, maybe you can give more.
Definitely, I'll be able to give the help your team. Like what I've done now, I have to curate this data, get this team. For all your team who are working on that thing, I'll just give a demo and show them how to do it with their actual data.
Simple, sir. The main actually who will be working, those people will be there in that demo. They will use it because people actually will use. Maybe Mahadev and me, we may not be using this thing practically.
Correct.
So that is the reason I will get back to you, sir. We like this. Even Mahadev also like this thing. So how best we can use this features and all is the only he wanted me to check.
So
okay.
See, we have got about 380 features as of now. Okay, so what I've shown you is only about 10 of the features.
Correct.
Okay, and some cases what I've done, if you see
that sampling and all is not there anyway. You have shown us that it will be anyway there. There is
see, just using one function classify, no. So I've done, let's say, about 100 fields are there. For all the fields I've done. I've also seen the data you showed. You have got one hidden sheet. That also I know. See in that index, no, it also shows me the hidden sheet. Not only that, I can unhide that also. Okay. So all this analysis possible, topics, all these things, whatever you wanted, most of the things are possible.
Yes. I think because nowadays we started work from home and remote locations, I think it should help us. Previously we used to go to the client place only and getting data, asking, everything used to happen. Now these kind of everything is online. I think these kind of tools, this tool actually will useful for us, sir. This is what I am thinking. I will just speak to Mahadev one more time. In the sense to understand how many thing initially we will go, licenses and all, and we will get back to you, sir. We both will speak later.
Okay, Mahadev. This one, Subbu. Now the only thing is, see, this we are revising the price from this one, but I'll hold for your old price itself for you.
We will get back to you, sir, in the next couple of days, sir.
That's what. So let's finalize this week.
I will tell you, sir. Tomorrow